Well, hello everyone, and welcome back to Lisa's Coloring Corner. It's been a hot minute since I checked in with you guys. So, had to get in a coloring chat this weekend. It's been cray-cray around here, and we'll go into all of that. I did have a request to color out of one of the Mosaic versions of Alice Mills Publishing's books. So I picked Adorable Nature. There's so many cute pictures in here. I did a complete flip of this book a while back. So if you're interested, you can look back in my flip throughs playlist and it will be in there. So, as I've indicated to you guys quite a few times, I always start in the back of the book and work my way forward because alcohol markers bleed through and it will affect the color key over here. A lot of times that doesn't matter, but especially in the cross stitch version, it does matter. And probably here too. So I just play it safe and I still start from the back of the book. I'm going to get a piece of guard stock for the back behind the page. And I'm going to be coloring tonight with my Ohuhu brush markers. Yes, I broke down and bought them. I love my Ohuhus so much. And when I seen they had the brush markers out now, and I guess they've had them out for a while, yeah, I broke down and got them. So you'll see them in the end of my July haul. So, yeah, let's get going and we will talk. I'm going to start with number 4 because there's quite a few up here. That is light blue. And of course, I have my colors all figured out. I don't have a bunch of them typed up yet, though. So, B250. And hopefully it won't take me forever to find these colors. The writing on top of these markers is kind of small. Should have pulled out the colors ahead of time. Okay, I think I found it. All right, I love the brush tip on here. And then you do have the fine tip. So that is my favorite combination. Love it. And that's another reason I got these. There is no chisel tip on these. And you and I know I hate chisel tips. Okay, starting with number 4. Let's zoom in. And let's talk for a while. And I can keep you company while you work on your own craft, or some of you, I think, clean house or cook or drive or whatever, and listen to color and chats. So work away. All right. So yes, it's been crazy busy around here, and that's why it's kind of been a lack of videos. Kind of trying to think of everything that was going on. I mean, we had 2 huge projects going on outside at the same time. We had excavation going on, and lawn planting, and then getting a shed up. So, I think it was last Wednesday. Boy, I'm losing track of days. Was it last Wednesday or the Wednesday before? Which week? Anyhow, we had a friend of Bob's who does a lot of excavating, came out and leveled out the yard, and I'm talking about the east side where it's so sloped down and then it evens out a little bit and then goes back. It's like a kid's slide, you know? And so we wanted that leveled out a little. We now have, you know, the entire fence out. That in and of itself was a challenge. Then got the swing set out. So that is out. And then, boy, what day was it? Can't even remember. We got out the fence line posts. Not fence line posts, clothesline. Because I don't hang up clothes enough outside for those to be in there, and they're just a pain to mow around. So I basically only hung sheets and sometimes towels out there. It was handy for when the grandkids went in the pool to just hang them out, but I don't babysit my grandkids anymore, so yeah. But we tried to have them pulled out when Larry, which was Bob's friend that does all the excavating, when he came and pulled out all the fence posts, we had him try to pull out the clothesline poles, and oh my gosh, no, those are in tighter than tight. They must go down quite a ways and be really cemented in. So there is no way those are going anywhere. So what Bob did is he dug down a couple feet around each one and then used, what kind of saw did he call it? I was going to say a jigsaw. It's not a jigsaw. Anyhow, used that with a metal cutting blade and just sawed them off down below the ground. We filled it back in. Of course, some of the dirt went down in the hole inside the clothesline pole, but got that all covered. And so yeah, everything was out. And it's like, oh my gosh, the yard looks so different. Looks so much bigger. I love it. And yeah, I don't have quite the privacy I did before, but that doesn't bother me that much. It's not like I'm down there every day. And when we back out of our garage, we can see so much easier. We used to be halfway up into the street before we could see if a car was coming. So, really nice in that respect, too. So, yeah, it is looking nice down there. So, Thursday then, Bob went and got all the grass seed and the lime and the fertilizer, and Larry had told them all the correct stuff to get. I mean, we kind of knew the grass seed, but the correct mixture for the fertilizer, 10-10-10 I guess it is, and then the lime pellets, pelletized lime. That did not come out of the spreader too well, though. Don't know why. It's real teeny pellets of lime. So I ended up just shaking it out and doing it by hand. all over the yard. Which, it worked. And Bob had gone and gotten a couple bales of hay. No, not hay. Definitely did not want to use hay. Of straw. Because our kind neighbor from when we used to live over in the other house across Main Street. Oh, I miss my neighbors over there. They were all so nice. She seen that we were planting grass, and they had put up a little lean-to in their backyard, and so she had leftover grass seed and straw. So she told Bob that, if he wanted it, he could come over and get it. I mean, that was so nice. She wouldn't take any money for it. And she had quite a bit of grass seed there, and 3 big black bags of really nice straw. I don't know where she got it from. Bob didn't think to ask. And we knew we were going to need more than that, so that's why Bob had thought of this farmer that he knew does a lot of baling of straw, of oats, which, of course, the leftover stalks makes straw. Double duty when you plant oats. You get the oats for feed and you get the straw. So he went and got that. Went and picked up the other straw and seed by our neighbors. The nice neighbors that I used to have. And so we were kind of set that way, but it was too late to start that night. So we had to wait, as eager as we were to get going. And then I wanted to get one of those nice big sprinklers that are on a tripod, and then they can go all the way around in a circle. And so I bought one of those. Boy, those work nice. And you can specify also if you just want it in a half circle. And yeah, they work so good. And then I had Bob pick up a double sprocket for the water faucet, whatever you'd call it, that he put in the front of the house here last summer, because there was no water line going to the front of the house. There was just a faucet out back of the house, which we've never used up to this point yet. When I plant grass on that side of the house, which is where the shed used to be, then I will be using it, and hopefully it works. Yeah. It should, because down in the basement, that's where our washer and dryer are. So I know the water line itself works, because we use it a lot. We're just going to keep going down with this blue. Hope I'm not boring you to death with all this blue, but typically, I don't know about you, but I normally aren't. I'm not watching what people are doing anyhow. I'm just listening. All right, so what was next? Oh, yeah. So then last Friday was planting day. So yeah, bright and early. Bob and I started. Matter of fact, he was started before I even got out of bed. It's like, Maynard, I don't want you doing all that. Maynard. So, yeah. So I went around and, like I said, that pelletized lime just didn't work too good. And we put the lime down first. And then I went around with the fertilizer. And they say it's better to put it on half the amount that you're supposed to and go one way. And then come back and go the other way. So you're going around, over everything twice, but you have less of a chance of missing some, which makes sense. So that is what I did. So yeah, went over it then with the fertilizer and then with the expensive seed. Oh my gosh. Anybody that has put lawn in knows how expensive grass seed is. And Larry told him to get, I forgot how many pounds of seed. Well, with the seed that our neighbor gave us, we barely touched what he had gotten. Oh my gosh. And he paid so much money for that. Of course, I'll be using some of that, for other planting on the other side, but still. And then I'm going to probably, like Bob said, I'm going to do some overseeding this fall. And I'm just going to go over real lightly the rest of the lawn, like in the front, probably down there again, probably everywhere, except the north side, which is the worst side to mow. I don't need it to grow any better up there because, of course, it grows really well on that side. And that's where it's like 3 feet, but it's like at a 45-degree angle. Oh, I hate mowing there. So, yeah, so we got all the seeding done and then spread out the straw that our neighbor gave us. And like I said, that was awesome straw for planting grass. Very, very little seed in it because you don't want that kind of grass in your lawn. And then we had a start on the straw bales that Bob had gotten us. And he busted them open and then he took a pitchfork and he shook them loose, each bunch out of the bale because they're baled so tight together. So he would shake them loose. I would pick them up and go and spread it lightly over the grass. And I tried to go, quite light. When I planted grass last year, I don't know if you remember all my talking about that, inside the fence. Yeah, I did not know what I was doing. I did not research things. And so I think I seeded too heavily, number one. Number two, I put way too much straw on. And number three, I watered way too much. Oh my gosh. Because in the beginning, you're only supposed to water like 5 minutes. And I think I was watering 15 to 20 minutes. And then I upped it to a half an hour. Oh my gosh, yeah, it was way too much. So I think a lot of that grass seed probably rotted. So now I've been working with this nice tripod sprinkler, and it doesn't quite hit all the corners, But it did a good enough job. Except for up by the driveway, it didn't hit up there. So then I took our oscillating one and couldn't have, unfortunately, both sprinklers going at the same time because it just wasn't enough water pressure for them both to go. The one on the tripod, yeah, wouldn't reach out near as far as it should. But it still was nice having that split up by the water faucet and having both hoses hooked on, because there were shut-off valves on each one. So I would run the tripod one and I'd shut it off up by the faucet and I'd turn on the other one. So it still worked out really good. Okay, I'm going to switch to 9s. That's enough of the blue, but I'm going to keep it out. So our number 9 is a bright sunny yellow Y1. What is it called? Pastel yellow? Well, it's not pastel. They lied. Am I boring you guys to death? And I missed a 4 there. Talking about my yard. I'm sorry if I am. It's just what's been going on and taking over my life. So, yeah, life has been watering lawns and all of that. Looking for little green sprouts, which, you know, up here in the north, this is the worst time to try to get a new lawn to grow, especially as hot as it has been with the bright, shining sun beating down on that seed, because these are cool weather grasses. Of course, because we're in the north and we have these crappy winter temps. So they're cool weather seeds, cool weather grasses. They don't like the hot sun. And yeah, they don't like the hot weather. So they haven't really germinated yet. Which Bob is like, why isn't it growing? I said, Bob, it hasn't been that long. It takes a while for the seeds to germinate. And so it's easy to remember when we planted it because it was July 1st. So it's only been, what is it, the 10th? Yeah, it's only been 10 days. And I mean, it can take 2-3 weeks for that stuff, you know? Depending on the brand or the type of grass. Some in this blend germinates faster and some slower. So they're all going to start popping up at different times. You know, it's going to take a long time before that lawn down there will be mowed. It's supposed to be like 3-4 inches tall before you mow. So then you mow the straw right in. No removing it or anything, because I did a lot of research on that too. There was some conflicting stories, so I'm like, what am I supposed to believe? But most of them said just leave it on, don't bag it, mulch it up each time you mow, and it will provide, you know, not only shade for the rest of the seed, but nutrients and kind of like compost for the seeds. So it's actually good for the grass. So it'll be exciting when I get to mow the first time down there. Y'all know I love mowing lawn anyhow, and it's going to be so nice to just mow back and forth and not around a whole bunch of crap. Oh, I hated mowing down there. Really took the pleasure out of something I love doing. So, yes, I am so looking forward to that. And hopefully this time I'll get that grass to grow, but it has been so ungodly hot. Oh, I've been watering 5 minutes in the morning on each section. So 5 minutes with the one on the tripod, which puts out a lot more water than the oscillating one. But yeah, I'll run that for 5 minutes and turn that one off. And then I will run the oscillating one for a little bit longer than 5 minutes. Of course, Bob's car gets a little bit of a car wash when that one runs, but no helping that. Not where it's positioned. Because if I move it over anymore, the other part is going to get drowned because the tripod sprinkler sprinkles there, and I don't want that part to get too much. So yeah, all is going well in that area. Last Saturday, yeah, was a busy day, and that's why I didn't get to record. I mowed in the morning, and then, let's see. Yeah, Heather and the kids came over for a while and visited. So that was nice. I hadn't gotten to see the kids for a while. And after that, Bob and I had planned on driving to Green Bay and seeing my grandson for the first time. So we drove to Green Bay, which is about an hour and a half from here. So not terribly far, but far enough of a drive. And we got to see little Vincent. Oh, it's so cute. Of course, we always say that, right? We'd never say, oh God, that baby is so ugly. No, but he is especially cute. And Grandma, gotta see that. Okay, there's some orange in here, number 11. YR3. YR3. So, yeah, last Saturday was kind of busy too. Or was that on Sunday? Because there was something that went on Sunday too. And that's why I couldn't record then. There was something going on every day. And of course, Saturday night, all the fireworks were going off. And oh, it scared Bella so bad. She is such an anxious dog anyhow. And anything that makes a sudden noise. All she has to hear is plastic, making a sound, because she is deathly afraid of the plastic pillows that you get as cushions for things you get in the mail. Yeah, she is so afraid of those, so I definitely cannot pop those or the little bubbles, which I love to do. Who doesn't love popping those little bubbles, those packaging bubbles? No, don't dare do that with Bella around. So I always take a knife and I just pop the pillows and let the air out. Ruins all my fun. Before I throw them in the garbage, if I take it outside, I'll pop some of them. I'm such a kid. But yeah, the fireworks, oh my gosh. She just hid and shivered and shivered and shivered. She just shook. One time I wasn't sure where she went, and I found her hiding by the toilet. Oh, I felt so bad. And of course, it wasn't just Saturday night. We had some Friday night, and oh, yeah. All right, what number should we go on to? And we got a bunch of 13s in here. 13 is dark brown. Dark brown, BR1. BR1, where are you? BR1, there you are. Because the cover is lighter than some of the lighter browns, so it's always hard to find this one. All right. That's why always swatch your supplies, people. Always swatch. All right. So, yeah, last weekend was kind of busy. Let's see, 13s, not 15s. Because 15s are light tan. So, 13. Sometimes I get confused. Doesn't take much. How many of you went to see fireworks? And yes, I know it's way past the 4th of July, but they still looked so good from when I put them on, because I had intended on recording before this weekend and it just never happened. I got my watch face all for 4th of July. I mean, I matched so good. So yeah, I'll be having to switch that all up to a summer theme of some sort. Don't know what else I would do. So somebody asked once where I get all these watch faces. And on Apple watches, there is an app called Watch Faces. And you can download that, and there's tons and tons of free faces, watch faces, that you can download and put in your watch app. There are some that, you have to pay for, but tons of them that are free. They have some for every single occasion. So that's what I use. They even have a photo one. If you have a photo that you love on your phone, you can actually use that as your watch face. They have a couple of different watch faces for that. Or if you have a number of pictures that you like, you can also have them rotate around throughout the pictures. So, yeah, it's a really nice app. I like it. And I like to switch mine up quite a bit. So, yeah, definitely my 4th of July one's going to be switched. And the nail wraps are coming off. They need a breather anyhow before I put any back on. Because I'll have some new ones on next Wednesday or Thursday. A lot of people have been patiently waiting for a video that I talked about, probably a couple months ago now. That, yeah, they really, really want. And that is the framing of 30 by 30s, 30 by 40s, and larger. I'm going to also show 40 by 50s. And I'm waiting for something on Tuesday, which is something even larger. How to frame diamond paintings in portfolios. and different options. So I bought a bunch of stuff off of Amazon to show you guys. Give you a bunch of options and ideas on how to frame your diamond paintings. So I am hoping to record that depending on when we get our mail on Tuesday, because sometimes it's earlier and sometimes it's not. Depends upon the route that he takes and how much mail he has that day. If we get it later in the day, I'll be recording it Wednesday. If I get it earlier in the day, I'm going to try to get everything together and still record it on Tuesday and get it up right away on Tuesday. So that's my goal. Is for getting it up on Tuesday and getting her done for you guys right away. Like I said, I know a number of you have been waiting patiently. Have I been on camera? I haven't even watched. I've just been talking and talking. Now, why did that disconnect? My iPad just disconnected from my phone. That usually means I'm on low battery. Yesterday, it did the exact same thing, and I wasn't low on my phone. For some reason, it was a message that said, your iPad is now connected to your phone. And I'm like, it always has been. Why are you telling me that? So I sure am hoping that's what it's telling me. I know my phone was not fully charged, though, when I started this color and chat. Which is odd because, for me anyhow, because I always have my phone fully charged before I record. And I had it on the charger for quite a while. I have one of those where it's a round circle, and you just put your phone on it, and it starts charging it, so you don't have to keep plugging and unplugging. Oh, I love that thing. And it must not have charged. Usually, I wait for it to make that sound. It's kind of like a ding. And then it, comes up on the phone about how much it is currently charged. And I could have swore that happened. So then, I just leave it. Well, it couldn't have charged it because, yeah. But I'm hoping there's enough battery to get this done. I had like a quarter of a battery. I think I had 25-30%. Which I very rarely let my phones, like I have a whole dozen of them, my phone or my iPad get down too far. It's very rare I even let them get to 50%. I like keeping them fully charged. Are you the same way? Don't know why, because it's not like I go anywhere where I'm going to have to worry about running out of power. But yet, you never know when you're going to need that phone for a while and you're going to need the power. So, yeah. Okay, so the shape of our deer is starting to take form. Do we have any 13s in there? Nope. Just the shape of the deer. And this picture is called The Dearest Thing. Okay, I'm going to take a sip quick. I try not to make my swallow too loud. It's kind of annoying on camera. All right, what else has been going on? This week, I did a lot of baking because we had gotten a couple of flats of strawberries. There is nothing better than fresh strawberries from the strawberry patch. It doesn't even come close to what you get in the grocery stores. Not even close. These have such a rich strawberry flavor that, so sweet and juicy. Am I making anybody hungry? Depending on when you're watching this. I'm recording this pretty late at night. It has been supper time already because I was recording my full head off all day. I am trying so hard to get caught up because I tell you folks, I is so far behind. I had like, probably 20 or so videos to record. Oh my gosh. They're not all going to get done this weekend, but boy, I sure am pushing myself to get a lot of them done. These 3s and 5s kind of jumbled together. So I got quite a few done yesterday. All my flip through videos, my end of the month videos, and I sure was working to get my end of the month videos up yesterday, and I did it. I got her done. And I got a few others edited, got thumbnails made, got the links, and then finished all that this morning. Got the rest of all the flip throughs uploaded, so those are done. Now I just have all of today's videos to edit and get thumbnails made and all that fun stuff. So I'll be working on that. Well, I'm going to be doing editing of this one and getting this one uploaded tonight yet so that you guys have your color and chat on a Sunday like you normally do. I am sure hoping things start simmering down a little. You know how I love my laid back, boring, quiet life. I don't like it when lots of things are going on. I don't like being busy. I like being bored. Because I'm never bored. That didn't make sense, did it? Now, I always have things to do. Always. There is never a moment where I'm like, oh, I am so bored. What can I do? Never. Anybody else like that? There's always things to do. So I also had some very neglected housework that I got done this past week. Just so many things to get caught up on that were neglected. And then, yeah, I got baking done. I made shortcake for strawberry shortcake. Normally we just get an angel food cake, but I wanted to make shortcake biscuits like my mom used to make because they were so good. And I thought, let's have that for a change. Now, she made hers into a round, one of those cake pans. She always put hers in that, so they weren't biscuit form. I, however, did make mine biscuit form, and then you just cut it in half. half this way. And you put, strawberries in the middle, and then sandwiched it on top. You put more strawberries. And while it is good, now that I have that, it's just not like your mother's, right? Your mom's is always better. So, yeah, I guess I prefer the angel food cake now. I won't be making that again. But it was good to try. And I'm sure there are lots of other shortcake recipes out there. But I do like the angel food cake with the strawberries on. So, guess we'll just stick with that. I mean, strawberries are good over anything, right? Yes. Pancakes, love strawberries over pancakes, and I'm not a pancake eater as a rule. But with pancake or with strawberries over the top, oh yes please. So I'll have to make us some pancakes, especially because Bob absolutely loves pancakes. I think I colored one in down here that shouldn't have been. Maybe not. Oh no, I didn't. That one is the lighter one, so I'm okay. It just looked like there was so much black or dark brown down here. But no, that's the way it's supposed to be. So yeah, made the strawberry shortcake. And then because the rhubarb muffins turned out so good. Oh my gosh, I am not a muffin person either. Jeez, I'm a picky eater and I didn't think I was. But these rhubarb muffins turned out so good. I think it was the tartness of the rhubarb in between or in with the slight sweetness of the muffin. Oh my gosh. So I had to make another batch of those. And Bob really liked them too, so yeah, made those. And then one more thing. Let's see. Oh, we do have some 13s. One more thing that I found was strawberry shortcake cookies. And we love cookies around here, which is not good, but we do. Oh, there's all kinds of 13s here. So I thought, I'm going to make those. Boy, was that a mistake. First of all, I must not have read through that recipe before I started. Usually I do, to see how complicated and how many ingredients I need. You know, the things you typically would do. Either that, or I thought, oh, that ain't too bad. Oh, but it was. There were so many different steps. It was like in 3 different parts. One part was no problem at all. You just mixed lemon juice with the strawberries. It needed a cup of strawberries because I made a double batch. Another mistake. Don't make a double batch before you find out if you like them or not. So it called for half a cup, so I put in a cup of strawberries. Well, it was diced up strawberries, of course. Definitely needed more strawberries than that. Oh my gosh. You could hardly tell there were strawberries in it. But then the next step was the putsy step. Oh my gosh. You had to make the shortbreads. And you just had to mix a bunch of ingredients till it was, kind of crumbly. That wasn't a problem. it was you had to take pinches of this, make a little bit bigger crumbles, put them on the cookie sheet, and just keep doing that. Make little bits, and I had 2 cookie sheets full of these little crumbles. Took me forever. Oh, so yeah, did that. So that was one real putsy step. You bake them for, I forgot, 10 minutes or something. Didn't take long, and you let them cool completely. So as they were doing that, I started on the dough part, which is the 3rd step. Let's go on to the light tan, which are all these 15s. E090 eggshell white. So that's got to be way up here. Oh, where are you hiding on me? Or is it down by the peaches and yellows? Yes, it is. I have it as a skin tone. E090, yeah. Because it actually is kind of a skin tone. Because when you look at the color in the color guide, it is kind of more on the peachy side, so that's what I did. So, where was I? I get sidetracked so easy. Okay, 15s, not 16s. See, here I go again. Have to tell myself. So yeah, I got that putty shortbread part out of the way. Went on to making the dough itself. And, you know, it's a typical dough recipe. Had to get out my mixer, and you could only mix, you know, up to such a point, you know, to a certain point as you're slowly adding in the flour till it gets to the point where your mixer can't handle it anymore, and then you hand mix stuff. So that was your, you know, your typical dough. And then you mix in, I think it was a couple of cups of the shortbread pieces that you baked. Ooh, there's some 14s. And so that's how it is, you know, shortcake cookies. You put the strawberries in the dough also, but like I said, you should have had a lot more strawberries in than that. And then, yeah, you mix that all up. And it said, this is where I failed big time. I followed the recipe. Shouldn't always follow recipes. It said, take a large, well, it said cookie scoop. So I had a ice cream scoop, right? Are cookie scoops smaller than ice cream scoops? Maybe that's the problem. But I had an ice cream scooper, so that's what I used. Yeah, that was my downfall. Because it said take 1 big scoop of dough, put it on the cookie sheet. Now, it only called for 1 cookie sheet. Keep in mind, I made a double batch. So I'm thinking 2 cookie sheets. My math was just on par that day. Some days it's not. Oh, but I handled 1 plus 1. All right, so I had called for parchment paper on each. I hate parchment paper because it curls up when you get it off the roll. Who else has that problem? But I did that. But with these big scoops of dough, it said that They were supposed to be, what was that, 2 to 2.5 inches apart? Well, there's no way I could have done that. No way. And it said it was going to make 14 cookies. There's no way that made 14 cookies. Because I had, see, this makes me think I was following the recipe because I had 12. So maybe 2 less. I don't know how you would have fit 14 on a cookie sheet. They must have meant 2 cookie sheets. I don't know. With 7 cookies on each? That would be odd, wouldn't it? Who would think to make cookies with 17 on, or with 7 on each? 17. So yeah, I used 1 cookie sheet per batch of cookies. So I had 2 cookie sheets. Let me tell you, I started baking these cookies. I looked in the oven. I turned the light on. I looked in there and I started laughing. Bob looked in there and says, they don't look that bad. I said, these are not cookies. These are going to be strawberry shortcake bars. They had spread into each other so bad. And they were so thick. Oh, you know, because when I made them, I thought, oh, nice, you know, soft, chewy cookies. Oh, I love those kind. Oh, yeah. Uh-huh. Oh, my gosh. By the time I got them babies out of the oven, let me tell you, you could kind of see where each cookie was supposed to be. Oh, man. So I let them cool a little bit on there, and then I took them off with a spatula. But I had to separate and cut each one first, like a bar, before I could take them off and put them on the counter to finish cooling. Oh my gosh. And not only that, like I said, there just isn't near enough strawberries in there. It definitely isn't strawberry shortcake cookies, or in my case, strawberry shortcake bars. So yeah, there's, I mean, it's not that they tasted bad. They tasted okay. You know, you could definitely taste the brown sugar in them. But, you know, overall they tasted okay. They were kind of crumbly. You know, they weren't, you know, chewy gooey like I was hoping for. But when Bob went out by his family, he went by his brothers and then his sister. I said, take some of these along because remember I made a double batch. And they would just, some of them anyhow, would have just sat there and dried out. So he took like a dozen and gave like, you know, 6 to one family, 6 to the other. His sister and her son, Bob's nephew, absolutely loved them. They even talked about him a second time to Bob, and I'm like, really? Because I knew they weren't all going to get eaten up here. Between the rhubarb muffins, which there's a few of those left, and the strawberry shortcake that's left yet. I knew these bars / cookies. Cookie wannabes. Whoops, that was a 14. Shoot, that was supposed to be blue in there. Why would that be a blue? It isn't over on the picture, but it's a number 14. Oh, 14. Oh, that's mid-brown. Okay, well, I can cover that up then. It's a darker color. I'm like, why would there be blue in the middle of the deer? All right. 15s. Yeah, 15s, not 14s. So, yeah, that was my disaster of cookies. Usually my cooking, because every weekend I like to try something new. Every once in a while it has something that I've made before. If Bob has a hankering for chili, of course it's been too hot for chili, but he loves chili, so we have that quite often in winter. And there's a couple other casseroles that I like to make that are relatively easy. Otherwise, on Sundays, I make more involved type of a meal so that we have leftovers for a few days. Then I don't have to cook for a few days. And Bob and I don't mind leftovers, so all you do is reheat and you're good to go. Right up my alley. So, yeah. But this one was a fail. Part on my behalf, but I still say part on that recipe's behalf. That's my story and I'm sticking to it. Oh, gosh. Yeah. Epic fail. Although, yeah, they tasted good, I guess. So much so that his sister wanted the recipe, and I threw the recipe out because I knew I was never going to make them. Even if they turned out absolutely delicious. Oh, gosh, they were so putsy, I was not going to make them again. Making all them little shortbread crumble pieces. Oh, my heavens, that took forever. Oh, and then on top of the cookies, after you had the ice cream scoop of cookies all out, you were supposed to take the leftover little shortbread pieces and put them in the top of each cookie. So that was the last step. Oh, yeah. Another step, though, before you bake them is you're supposed to put them in the freezer. Once they're all out on the cookie sheets, you have to put them in the freezer until they're firm and stiff. That didn't sound correct. Sorry. Until, yes, they're firm. To the touch, it said. Who the heck has room in their freezer for 2 large cookie sheets? I know I didn't. Nope. Now, if it would have been winter time, I could have stuck it outside. One of the advantages of winter. One of the very few. No bugs either. No tractors on the road either. But yeah, I didn't have any room in the freezer for 2 big cookie sheets. So I made room in the refrigerator and I just stuck them in there for a bit. And I thought, what is the sense of this? I don't get it. I don't understand. So yeah, I left them in there for a while. I don't know, maybe half hour, 45 minutes. There's a number 13. And then I baked them up. So again, maybe that made a difference. I don't know, because I don't know what cooling them off and firming up the dough would have to do with it. I really don't. Somebody explain it to me. If you know why, let me know in the comments below, please. Why are 9 for number 14? Because then maybe it would explain another thing that I did wrong and why they didn't turn out. One moment, and we are back. My honey was going to bed it is getting late. This is the latest I think I've ever recorded a color and chat, because color and chat, because it's after 9 at night. I sure hope I get this uploaded yet tonight, but I got the right one. No, I don't. Darn it all. This is the one I didn't cut out yet. Number 14. Mid brown, YR9. Well, we have a dark brown there. Oh well. YR9, YR9, where are you? Oh, let's tip this up and see. Against the light. YR9. Oh my gosh, why can't I not find you? Sorry for this, guys. I thought I had it out already. And otherwise I would have looked before I turned the camera back on. Well, good heavens, where are you? I don't see you. It's hiding. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm going to pause again so I can find this thing and not keep you guys. One moment. I'm back again. There is no YR9. I looked through every marker that it possibly could be, even the darker yellows. There's no YR9. So I changed it. And we are now doing E300. Darn you all. Alright, so we'll go to this. It matches well enough anyhow. Yeah, because it's in between the dark brown. It's lighter than that, so this will work. Oh, missed a 50. That's what happens when you try to talk and color at the same time. Yeah, that's harder than what you think. It's called multitasking. You're trying to think of what you're saying and coloring at the same time, especially color by number. That's why odd things come out of my mouth sometimes. Sometimes I catch it, and sometimes I don't. You probably laugh at me sometimes because I say ridiculous things. Oh my gosh, I'm back again. I don't know if this color and chat just wasn't meant to be or what. Stopped recording. My phone was down to 5%. At least my iPad let me know that. So I had a quick stop, go and charge it up enough. It's at 20% now, so we should have plenty to finish this color and chat. Unfortunately, the software that I use, I can't charge my phone and record at the same time. Not only just the software, but I use the port, the plug-in that you normally put the charger in. I use that for my mic system. So yeah, I can't charge my phone as I am recording. And it just showed me that I disconnected again because I must have hit 20%. But we'll have enough to finish this. I know we can do it. I don't have a lot more to talk about anyhow. But it is now 10 o'clock. So, boy oh boy, by the time I get this uploaded, it is going to be late. For you late night people, it'll probably be midnight. Are you having a midnight snack? And what are you doing? I'm a late nighter. If it is morning for you guys, good morning. Are you having breakfast? Maybe you're not seeing this till lunch. Are you having a good lunch? Oh my goodness. I'd like to say I've never had so many problems recording but I have, because there is nothing more frustrating than recording a whole video only for it not to have recorded, or if it did record, to have the file be corrupted. Yeah, oh, that is frustrating. Especially if it's a long color in chat and it's like, oh my gosh, what did I talk about? Yeah, oh, so frustrating. Or if it's something that you opened on camera. So it's already opened, and your first impressions for the retake won't be your first impressions. So yeah, it's very frustrating when that happens. So, and I don't think I missed anything. Sometimes you get talking and stuff, and then you realize that it's not recording. That's happened to me a number of times. But I think I caught it when my phone was down to 5%. So hopefully I am picking up right where I left off. But yeah, it's getting pretty late now. So we'll just talk for a little bit yet. Then I will go and get this rendered, which is going to take a long time. That's a 13, so that's what, that's a dark brown. Let's quick do that, because otherwise I'm going to forget. Nah, that's not a thing, is it? I always miss some numbers, just like diamond painting. I always miss some symbols, always. So frustrating, because then you have to get that color out again for just one or two symbols. Any other diamond painters have that problem too, or is it just me? Especially in a confetti heavy area. Oh yeah. Definitely miss them. So, was there anything else I really wanted to cover? Oh, there is one thing I wanted to ask you guys. Anybody that has had cataract surgery, because I think I had talked about this in the past, that I have cataract surgery coming up. Couldn't get in till right before my birthday, and so I go in on the 18th. My birthday is the 21st. So 3 days before my birthday, and 5 days after Heather's wedding, because her wedding's on the 13th. So a lot happening in those 2 weeks. But now I heard from another YouTuber whose mom is going in for cataract surgery. And I guess they told her that people who have had LASIK surgery done in the past, which I have, it can be more tricky, I guess, and is a longer healing process. Now, I have never heard of that, and they did not say anything of that nature to me. So I was wondering if anybody out there, or anybody you know that had cataract surgery and also LASIK in the past, if they had any problems, or it took the eye a little bit longer to heal. I'd be interested. Couldn't really find anything out on the internet when I Googled it. So I'm like, well, doesn't sound like it's any more serious to do it that way. So I'm hoping not. I would have thought my doctor would have mentioned something if it was. So maybe when it gets closer and they call me for the prep instructions and I gotta take these eye drops like a week before and no, 3 days before and a week after, something like that. And there are 3 different eye drops. What is it, 5 times a day or 4 times a day? I hate eye drops to begin with. So it'd be like 12 or 15, 12 I think. Because I think it's 4 times a day. That's a lot of eye drops for somebody that hates putting eye drops in. But, and those you could get at the pharmacy. They are prescription, but you can get them at the pharmacy and insurance would cover them. And so they wouldn't cost you anything. Or you have the option of getting these drops from them, the, eye clinic, where all 3 drops are combined into one bottle. So then you only have to put 1 drop in 4 times a day. It's like, yes, please. However, this little bottle costs, guess how much? $75. I'm like, oh my gosh, that's a lot of money, but I hate eye drops so bad. So for me, it was worth it. So I said, yes, please give me that. And because you have to do it for quite a while, yes, I guess I will opt for those, even though it costs quite a bit, and that's just for the one eye. When I go back for the other eye, I will be doing this all over again, so that will be another $75. I don't know how soon after this first surgery in August that they're going to be able to do the other one, but I am so looking forward to it because my vision is getting cloudier and cloudier, although my close-up vision has been getting better and better. I haven't had to wear my reading glasses in I don't know how long. Even to color and diamond paint, nope. Don't have to wear them. After my cataract surgery, I will again, unfortunately, but my distance vision is going to be back to the way it was. So I won't have to keep putting on the glasses that I have to now for driving. And I'll be able to see and read things on TV again. Because my distance vision, boy, in just 1 year has, oh my gosh, it has gone down or gotten worse so much in 1 year. Oh, I was just amazed. So in that respect, it's going to be very nice not to have to wear the glasses for driving and still be able to read the signs, the road signs, be able to read things on TV again, just to see anything in the distance, because I do not wear those glasses all the time. I've only been wearing them for driving. So anytime I'm outside, I want to see something far off in the distance. Yeah, it's real blurry. So yes, I am very much looking forward to the surgery. Not to mention the fact that, my vision's getting cloudy, of course, with the cataracts. So they'll be removing this cloudy lens and putting on a new fake lens. That surgery sounds awful, but so did my LASIK surgery. I think the cataract surgery is going to be easier than the LASIK surgery. So, but it is a while out. That's over a month away, so. But Heather's wedding sure is coming up fast. Got my dress altered, and it kind of was ready to come home. I went in to pick it up this past week, and the gal that's doing my alterations, she does not really do alterations anymore. But because I had her alter some business suits for me in the past, and another dress that I wore to a wedding, she said she will do it for me. She's so nice. So when I went back in for my fitting, I think it was last Friday, no, earlier this week, it fit so perfect, and it was a bugger for her to alter because it has all this kind of beading and lace, you know, applique lace and stuff on. It's so pretty, and it's purple. It's like a kind of like a plum color. And so it had to be taken in the waist and hemmed. The sleeves, thank heavens, fit perfectly. And there's a cutout in the back. I love how the back looks. You can see my beautiful big fairy tattoo I have on my upper back and near my shoulder on the right side. Yes, I have a tattoo, and it's so pretty. Love the colors in it. You can't see the whole tattoo because some of it's covered up, but you can see some of it. It's really pretty back to it. But the gal that did the alterations, she thought the front was just a little long. And I was saying, because she's so busy, she managed to squeeze me in, because she does curtains and blinds and things like that now, and she is just swamped. But she squeezed me in, so I hated to have her, you know, alter it some more. And she goes, "You sure?" She says, "I do not want you to trip." And I thought, yeah, that's a good point. Klutzy Lisa could do that just walking down. And especially at the dance and stuff. So I said, okay. And it only is going to come up maybe half an inch or so. But that half an inch is going to make a difference. So she took the dress back, and she is going to hem it up. And then I will call her this next week sometime, make another appointment to go back in and pick it up. So I'll have to take a picture of me in it, and I will show you guys in a color and check, because I think it is so pretty. Finally get to wear my purple Mother of the Bride dress. Not that the other ones weren't pretty either. But, yeah, because the first one I wore was a really pretty peach. My son's wedding, I wear a beautiful teal dress. It was really pretty. With a lace jacket that went over the top. Yeah, it was really pretty too. So, I got to wear all kinds of pretty dresses, but this is the last time I'll get to wear anything pretty. So, yeah. Gonna go have my nails done. And usually I don't go in and have my hair done in the morning of the wedding. But this is my last child getting married, so I'm gonna do that too. Was gonna have my makeup done, but I did that when my oldest daughter got married. Oh my gosh. they did a worse job than if I would have done it myself. So it's like, nah, I don't think so. That was kind of a waste of money. So, I mean, you even tell them what you want, and yeah, wasn't too happy with it, so. But I have not put makeup on in probably since my son's wedding, which was, oh gosh, what is it, 3-4 years ago? A long time ago. So I should get out. I'm going to buy some new makeup, of course, and try it out. See if I can still do it. I'm sure not like I used to. But I have some new kind of foundation that I bought as a base, and I want to try that. It's supposed to have really good coverage, where it covers up any of your blemishes and freckles. Hate my freckles. Can mainly only see them the most, of course, in summer. But, and on my arms too. It's basically the only time you can see freckles on my arms. They're little beady freckles though, and they kind of, you know, it's kind of like connect the dots in summertime. Wonder if I can make a picture out of it. But they're not numbered for me, so yeah. Imagine trying to draw a picture on your arm. But I come up with the weirdest stuff, I tell you. I must be getting tired. Alright, because, yeah, I didn't even go into telling you guys about putting the shed up, because our shed is up too. That was the other big thing that happened this past week, and yeah, I didn't even go into that. I'll save that for next week's color and chat. Let's get this 15 in here. Oh well, it's the fine tip. So as you can see, brush tips work awesome. I just kind of make sort of sideways S's when I color in them. And yeah, works really, really well. Let's zoom back out if it's going to, now that I had to, there we go. I had to stop and start and stop and start. All right, there we go. Isn't he cute, or she? Now there's spots on it, so it almost looks like a baby fawn. But yeah, this is the picture when it's done. Now I haven't colored in this Mosaic version yet. As you can see, it's the first or last picture in the book, because I got this after the cross-stitch version, and I did do a few in the cross-stitch version, but haven't gotten to the Mosaic book yet. So it's nice that I got the request and I was able to do a picture out of here. So I will go ahead, complete this on my own. I know we're almost done, but again, my phone it's been fighting with me, and it's getting to the point of a full-blown argument, and I know it's going to win and I won't. So before we get to that point, I guess I'm going to have to end this color and chat, because I just don't feel like getting into a full-blown argument with my phone tonight. Besides the fact, not only the phone, my iPad's running low, my mics are running low. Yeah, it's been a long day. A lot of recording today. Can you tell? So I am going to leave it here. I have a few other things I was going to talk about, but this has been a long enough color and chat. I did have a number of things to talk about because it's been a couple weeks. So let me know down in the comments below what you guys have been up to, how your weather is there. It's been hot here. Really need some rain. We got a little bit earlier today. not much at all. Hence why I need to water the grass, hopefully, like 3 times a day for 5 minutes each. And I don't think it's liking all the hot weather and that hot sun beating down on it, because up here in Wisconsin, we plant cold weather grass. Cold weather grass does not like hot temperatures. Yeah, our grass is meant for, when we have winters, so it goes into hibernation and doesn't die. So yeah, that's why they always say up here you plant in spring, early spring, or late fall when it's much cooler. But if you have to plant in summer, you have to plant in summer. So fingers crossed it's going to come up. There I go, talking about the lawn again. Okay, I'm going to quit jabbering now. So yeah, let me know what you're working on, what you've been doing. Love reading your comments. I'm caught up on comments. Yay, another thing I accomplished. So I am going to really try to stay caught up on comments. So yeah, I love reading your comments. So thank you so much for watching this color and chat, for sticking with me. Not even sure how long it's going to be. I know it's over an hour, but listening to me just jabber on. Again, if this was a rather boring color and chat for you, I apologize. Talked a lot about the lawn. Next color and chat, I'll probably jabber on about the shed. All the trial and tribulations of putting up a shed. So it may not be another boring video for people, but anyhow, with that, I am going to leave it there. This number 4 is bugging me. So thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed the color and chat. If you did, please hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe if you're new to my channel. I hope everybody has had a fantastic day, is having a great night. If you managed to watch this yet tonight, and I still get it uploaded tonight. And as always, happy coloring. Bye, guys.